So as we come into a comfortable seat, we'll start off with alternate nostril breathing. And just a reminder, it is the index finger and the middle finger come in, and then you glue the ring finger and the pinky finger together. The thumb stays out. And the idea is you want to close off the right nostril gently, and then exhale at the left nostril. You'll hold at the pause. Then you'll inhale through that side. So you'll inhale through the left nostril. You'll close off the left nostril. You'll open up the right nostril. Exhale out the right. Hold the pause. Inhale from the right. Close off the right nostril. Hold. Exhale out the left. Hold. Inhale through the left. Close off the left nostril. Open up the right nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Close off. To the left. Close off the left nostril. Open up the right nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the right. Open up the left. Inhale through the left. And then we'll bring both hands to our knees. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, while you're breathing on your own, what I like you to do is keep your attention on that your collarbone will rise towards the chin, and then it will descend towards the floor. And then it will inhale, go towards the chin, and exhale towards the floor. Now, ideally, we want to isolate our shoulders. So the rib cage is moving separately from the traps, the shoulders, the scapulas. Learning to how to articulate through the skeletal system with really simple movements. Now, this is also one of the reasons why it may take up to 10 years not to be a beginner anymore, because we're learning how to isolate specific muscles. And when we're new, it feels like we're isolating, we're actually engaging everything, and we pretty much are. So it's just learning how to soften and then gracefully move. Now, on the next breath, we'll open our eyes. We'll take the left hand all the way over towards the left side of the room, spider fingers. You'll raise the right arm up towards the sky. Now, stretch so hard that right butt cheek comes up off the mat, and then extend the right arm all the way over towards the left side of the room. Keep lifting that right hip up. See if you can keep the right knee down, but the right hip stays up. Relax the shoulder away from your left ear. So use the mirror to notice if your left shoulder is in line with your ear. There you go, good. And then come back to center. Go right to the other side, spider fingers on this side. So the left arm is going to go towards the ceiling. We're going to reach up so high that left hip comes up. Then we're going to reach all the way over. Now look at yourself in the mirror. If your shoulder is in contact with the ear, then you're actually creating contraction and tension versus relaxation. And then reach a little bit more by softening that right shoulder. Bring the left hand forward and the right hand forward. Slide your fingertips all the way towards the top of the mat. Now look towards the top of the mat as well. And then as you push your fingertips into the mat, see if you can get your tailbone to touch the floor. One more breath here. We'll come all the way onto our forearms, start to roll onto our knees, release our feet, lie back, child's pose. So I am resting the top of my right foot on the top of my left foot because I have an injury, but I wouldn't encourage you to do that. Yeah, there you go. In through the nose and out. Now in your child's pose, you'll walk your extended fingertips all the way over towards the right side of the room. Go as far as you can. Now reach the left hand further than the right hand. See if you can let your head fall between both of your arms so you're not holding any tension in the neck. And then again, we'll start to walk our fingertips back towards the middle of the mat. Walk our fingertips over towards the right side of the room. Overstretch the right arm. Then let your head fall between both of your arms so the forehead can come in contact with the mat. Keep breathing into the right side, expanding the rib cage. One more breath here. We'll walk our fingertips forward towards the top of the mat. You're going to come into what's called Swan Pose. So your arms are really extended out. Separate your knees if you brought your knees together so that you can bring your hips towards the floor, raise the toes up towards the sky. Straighten your arms. There you go. And then on your exhale, you'll push back. Bring the tailbone towards the heels of the feet. Extend your arms forward. Now leaving your hands as they are, you just have to oscillate through the spine. So lean forward like if you're going to go into cat pose. And then come all the way up. So it feels like you're going into up dog. Feet rise up towards the sky. So Deb, separate your hands a little close together. Find that cat where you tuck your chin in. You can even leave your heels up and then glide yourself back so you go back into child's pose. Finding that rhythm as you roll forward, feet come up, hips go down, head rises. This is great for squats. And then tuck the chin in, find that cat pose as you roll all the way back. And then one more time as you come forward. Hips will fall towards the floor. Walk your right hand out. Drop the right elbow down to the ground. Bring your left arm forward to meet it. So now you're in Sphinx Pose. You'll relax the legs. Rock the pelvic bowl from side to side so you can feel a little bit more of an opening. And as we come back to center, the left hand will stay down on the ground. You are going to turn your legs in, toe heel them a little bit closer together, and then raise the right leg up. Reach back with the right foot. And just a gentle back bend. So hold on to the ankle, flex the foot, have the shin kick towards the back of the mat. Now, I'd prefer for you to look at yourself in the mirror so that you can actually see what you're doing. And then look at your right foot. Is the heel flexed? Can you feel that stretch? Are your shoulders even to each other? Is your left forearm pressing into the mat? Are you lifting as high as you can to the collarbone? That was great. Let's release. Let's try the other side. So here you can soften. You can sink into your shoulders if you like. Let the pelvic bowl melt into the mat. But as we move into the next side, we want to engage. So as that leg comes up, flex the foot. Push that right arm into the mat as the left arm reaches back. Grab from the inside. Hold on to the ankle. Now look at yourself in the mirror. Flex the foot. Kick that leg back. Strong right arm. Chin stays lifted. Collarbone stays lifted. You're elevating your front body to support the stretch. One more breath. Check that right shoulder. Make sure you're not resting on it. Release. Bring the left forearm to the mat. Toe heel those legs in if they started to separate. Then from here, push yourself back one more time. Child's pose with your knees together so you can feel that stretch through your lower back. Transitioning into downward facing dog. Line your fingertips up to that first line at the top of the mat. And then extend your heels back down dog. You'll take your right foot, you're going to separate your toes. You'll place the toe, the big toe and the middle toe right over that ankle. And then push down with the right leg. See if you can straighten your right leg. Yep, there you go. Push through those heels, but look forward so you're not collapsing into your armpits. And then we'll make that transition. The right leg's going to come down. We'll go right to the other side. So the left foot will now rest on the right ankle. You'll push both of those heels towards the floor. Now our arms are strong and our gaze is forward. You can feel that stretch in the backs of your calves. And on the next breath, bring the left foot through to the top of the mat. Right foot links it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll sweep our arms up nice and high. Look towards the thumbs, a nice front body stretch. On the exhale, swan dive, bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. We'll bring the right leg back. Come right into warrior one. Adjust your back foot as you sweep your arms up. Bend as deep as you can into that front leg. Exhale into warrior two. Now come up onto the ball of your front foot. Look at yourself in the mirror. Lean forward. Sweep the left arm up and over, peaceful. Bend deeper into the left leg while you hover on the ball of your foot. Lower the heel down to the mat, side angle stretch. You'll rest the left hand towards the floor. Look up towards the sky, towards your right thumb. Keep breathing into the side bodies. Imagine drawing your hips more in line with the middle of the mat. The right arm will come all the way up and over. Reach towards the top of the mat with the right hand. All the way into a wide-legged straddle, you'll pivot, grabbing the outside blades of our feet. Inhale, lengthening the spine. And on our exhale, folding chest to thighs. Walking our hands out in front of us like a long or wide-legged down dog. And again, using the strength of our arms to get our chest closer towards the thighs. Widening through the collarbone, making space between the shoulders, the neck, and the ears. The right arm comes up towards the sky. Thread the right arm underneath and reach for either your left shin, your left ankle, or your left foot. You want to look again towards the top of the mat, underneath your left armpit. There you go. Slowly start to bend into the right elbow so you get more of a twist through the torso. Don't look over the arm, look under the arm. If you don't have enough room, place a block underneath your left hand so you feel a little bit more elevated. Come back to center. The right hand meets the left. We'll go right to the other side. We'll take the left arm up. Place the right hand on your block. Take the left arm underneath the right arm. Reach again for either the shin, the ankle, or the foot. Don't go so low that you cannot look underneath your right armpit. So you may need to keep your left hand closer towards the knee so that you can see directly underneath the right arm. Let your head hang like a ripe fruit. Breathing in through the nose and out. See if you can get that left elbow closer towards the floor so that right shoulder, it has to rise closer towards the sky. One more breath here. We'll bring both hands back together. Walk the hands in towards each other. We'll pivot towards the right foot, so you're now facing the back of the mat. The left foot will meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening our spine. Exhale, we fold to the chest. Inhale, we'll sweep our arms up nice and high. Allow the palms to touch. Exhale, swan dive. Hands come down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. On your exhale, the left leg comes back. On the inhale, the right leg comes back. You're in high plank. Exhale into low. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Again, find that generous stretch as you make your dog a little bit longer. We'll inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Bring it through to the top of the mat. Warrior one. Inhale, arms will rise. Warrior two, open it up. Now come up onto the ball of the right foot. Wake up that arch. Feel its connection to your calf. Reach the right arm towards the back of the room, towards the Bodhisattva. And then the right arm comes up and over the head, going into a peaceful warrior. Bend a little bit deeper into the front leg. Lower the right heel towards the floor. Extend the right arm forward, side angle stretch. The right hand comes down as the left arm rises. Look towards your left thumb. Draw your hips into the middle of the mat. Let the left arm come all the way up and over, extending it again towards the lobby. Look underneath your left armpit. Lower the left hand down to the mat, wide-legged straddle. Grab the outside blades of your feet. See if you can elongate a little bit more, getting your forehead closer towards the floor by relaxing your sit bones. This time our hands will come underneath us. So we'll slide them behind us towards the floor, pinkies in, thumbs out. And you'll lean forward into the arches of your feet or towards the balls of your feet. In through the nose and out. Keep relaxing the legs, the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back, the back of the neck. One more breath. And again, we'll bring our hands out in front of us. We'll pivot towards the left foot. We'll have the right foot meet the left at the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthening our spine. On our exhale, we'll fold to the chest and thighs, marrying. Inhale, our arms will rise. They'll come up nice and high. Hands in prayer. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. The right leg comes back. The left leg meets it. Find yourself in a high plank position. Exhale into low plank. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Shake your head up and down. See if you're holding any unnecessary tension around the neck. And then shake your head back and forth, right to left. Feel the chin as it glides from side to side. Coming back to center. We'll inhale the left leg up. Bring it through to the top of the mat. Warrior one. Warrior two. Peaceful warrior. So again, reach your left arm forward and then slide it all the way up and back. Side angle stretch. Rest the left hand towards the floor as the right arm rises. And then again, look towards the right thumb. See if you can really use the articulation between the neck, the shoulders, the middle back, and the lower back to open up a little bit more. The right arm will come all the way up over the head. We'll Skandasana towards the back of the mat. So as you walk your fingertips back, you'll come up onto the ball of the right foot. You'll externally rotate the left foot. You want the right knee to open up. Walk your hands out in front of you. Now you want the left foot to still go towards the ceiling. So just because your hands went forward, yes. And this is what I mean by in the very beginning of class, when the idea is there are many things happening at the same time. Can we isolate so that the left leg is externally rotated? The right leg is internally rotated. You're extending your arms all the way out in front of you. You'll slide that right hand in, so it'll be directly underneath the right shoulder. Find an open twist as the left arm goes up towards the sky. Turn your thumb towards the parking lot. The other way. Take that left hand behind you, place it on the small of your back. Then place it to the inside of the right thigh. Lift the chest up. Press that right elbow into the right knee. Don't look down. There's nothing there. The direction we want to move in is up. Lift up a little bit more through the chest. Feel your lower back pressing into your left arm. One more breath. The right arm reaches up towards the sky. Make circles with that right wrist. As the left hand comes down, walk your fingertips forward towards the left foot. Take a big breath in. We'll lean forward, coming back into a lunge position. So the right foot, you can feel that right foot working really hard. All kinds of sensations happening. Have the right foot meet the left at the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. On our exhale, we'll full chest the thighs. Notice how your mind responds to the sensations. Inhale our arms up. Sensations are what interact with our fight or flight response. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. The left leg will come back. The right leg will meet it. High plank. Take your low push-up position. Inhale into your upward facing dog. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Raising the right leg up towards the sky. The right leg will come through to the top of the mat. Warrior one. Arms will rise. Sink into your hips. Warrior two. Follow your own gaze. Can you just stay focused on you the whole time? Lean the right arm forward. Slide the right arm up towards the sky. Look at your right thumb. Come back to warrior two. Can you catch yourself in the mirror? The right hand comes down to the mat. The left arm goes up towards the sky. Your gaze follows it. Follow that left arm as it reaches all the way towards the top of the mat. Look beyond your wrist, your fingertips. There you go. Nice, James. Making the transition into Skandasana, we'll come onto the ball of the back foot. This is great if you've been doing squats. You bring your arms out in front of you. And this is helpful because it helps you create space. Right? Not to make yourself smaller because you think that will help with your balance. You flex through the right foot. You feel the external rotation of the right thigh bone and the internal rotation of the left thigh bone. Slide the left hand in so it's in line with the left shoulder. Take the right arm up towards the sky. Look at yourself in the mirror. Turn your thumb towards the garden. Feel the rotation through the shoulder girdle. Take the right hand, place it underneath the small of your back. Slide it to the inside of the thigh. Continue to look at yourself in the mirror. Draw your collarbone forward. Raise the right shoulder towards the ceiling. Keep looking at yourself in the mirror. Try not to be distracted by anything else. The right arm will rise. We'll make circles with that wrist. As that right hand comes down, You'll just walk your hands all the way over towards the middle of the mat. This time, the right leg is internally rotated and the left leg is externally rotated. Breathing in through the nose and out. One more breath. We'll come forward onto the right foot. You're in that lunge position. Push through the heel of your left foot. Feel all the sensations. The left foot will meet the right at the top of the mat. Inhale, we'll elongate, make space between the chest and the thighs. And on our exhale, we'll rest the chest and thighs together, marrying them. Inhale, the arms will come up nice and high, palms will touch. Exhale, we'll fold forward, bringing the hands back down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. The right leg will come back this time. Find that lunge position. The left leg will meet it, high plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Are you beginning to feel more connected to your body? Less connected to the mind? Walking it out. Bringing the right leg up towards the sky. The right knee comes to the right wrist for pigeon pose. As the right knee comes over, you slide the left foot over and then slide the left leg back. Again, walk your arms out in front of you and then drop the elbows down to the ground. One more breath. You'll press both hands back into the mat. Walk them in towards you so you have a little bit more room to work with. You'll take the right arm over, slide the left leg all the way forward. Move the fleshy part of your bum if you need to. You'll bring the right knee in. Pull it in nice and tight so the knee is closed off. Take the right knee, rest it over the left knee. Rock your hips from side to side. This is a one-legged shoelace. We'll inhale the arms up towards the sky. Lean forward towards the toes. Resting our chest on top of the right thigh. On your next breath, one more time, walk your hands in so you can make some space. You'll extend the right leg forward, so now your ankles are crossed. Now, as you do this, you want to make sure there's an exaggeration of the right knee because your arms are going to come up towards the sky. Your hands will come to prayer at the center of the chest. You're going to work on a twist where that left elbow is going to come in contact with the right knee. Yep. Now take your right hand, place it down on the ground, and push with your right arm so that you look over the right shoulder. Now, if your right arm's not working, it's less intense. If your right arm is working, it's more intense. Now take your left hand, reach for your right glute. Your right glute. Your ass, reach for your ass. With your left hand, your right glute. Left hand, right? Grab your right butt cheek. You're beginning to make me nervous, Roger. Keep your right arm out in front of you and push away with the right arm. Now, Deb, you gotta look in the direction you want to go in. So you gotta look over the right shoulder. One more breath. Let's release. We'll come back to center. Take your hands behind you. Just pull your knees in. You'll roll all the way onto your shins. Bring your hands down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. The left leg will come up towards the sky. The left knee goes to the left wrist for pigeon. You'll slide the right leg all the way back. Your arms come out in front of you. And you lower your elbows down to the ground. So I'm going to encourage you to close your eyes and get used to that. So unbeknownst to me, one of the most challenging yoga classes I ever taught was during a 200-hour teacher's training program, where for the entire sequence, they were asked to be blindfolded. Only to listen. Listen to my voice, listen to their bodies, listen to their heart. And I was so surprised how much anger and resistance came up. What prevents us from being able to close our eyes? Soften into the moment. When did we stop trusting what we hear? When did we disconnect from our intuition? And again, we'll press both hands back into the mat. Walk your hands in closer towards you, creating space. The left hand comes out. You'll lean all the way over so the right leg can come around. Move the fleshy part of the hips. Then we'll draw the left knee in, closing off the joint. We'll lift that foot up. We'll place it over the right knee, a one-legged shoelace. Moving the fleshy part of our hips. We'll inhale the arms up towards the sky. And on our exhale, we'll lean forward. Walking our hands back in. We'll slide the right or the left ankle on top of the right ankle. And then again, you may want to move your inner thighs. So this is a variation of a twist. So it might help for you if the left knee comes in, because ideally what you're trying to do is get that left leg all the way over. So when you inhale your arms up towards the sky, knowing that's the anticipated action, you bring your hands to prayer. You want to feel that armpit hook over that knee. It's helpful if your left hand comes down to the mat and supports you by pushing you over towards the right side of the room. If you grab your glute, you'll feel that strain or that opening through that right shoulder, so you can look towards the left side of the room. Maybe once you're in that deep twist, you can lower the left hip back down to the ground, experiencing less tension, but being exposed to the deeper part of the twist. You can always then slide the left leg closer towards the top of the mat, so you're leaning more forward. Just working the actions of the future poses, because this is just a great prep. One more breath. And we'll release. We'll slowly roll all the way onto our backs. Just all the way down. Pulling both knees into the chest and giving yourself a big hug. Now we want to stretch all that out. So today we're going to do a modified bridge pose. You'll need one block. You'll rest your head down on the ground, and you'll place the block in the medium height right underneath your tailbone. Now you can still work the actions of your arms. So imagine that you're bringing your arms in as close to the torso as possible, pressing your elbows into the mat. Feel how that raises the chest up towards the sky. So we've taken out the pressure of having to hold ourselves up, so we can really exaggerate what's involved in the upper body to feel that stretch through the collarbone, the pecs, the belly button, the back of the neck, and the shoulders. You may be even able to reach for the heels of your feet, not by bringing your feet in closer, but by really working through the upper body. Just holding this so that upper body creates new muscle memory. We have a chance to get familiar with the sensations and what that's like. Now, to explore a completely different stretch, we'll allow our upper body to collapse. Extend your legs out in front of you. You'll rest the heels on the mat while your toes turn out. And then feel the stretch from the rib cage, the hip flexors, the pubic bone, into the knees. If you want to exaggerate the stretch, you can bring your left arm up over the head, and then the right arm up over the head. And you'll notice how that exaggerates that pelvic bowl stretch. Utilizing our breath in through the nose and out. Again, starting to bring your feet in. You'll place them on the floor. You'll bring your arms forward towards the top of the mat. You'll lift your hips high enough to release the block from underneath you. You'll rest your tailbone down on the ground. You'll have your knees kiss and you'll toe heel your feet away from each other. So the feet will be towards the edges of your mat as your knees come together. This is a gentle pronation, internally rotating. See if you can relax your lower back a little bit more, your middle back, your upper back. Separating your knees. You'll extend your legs towards the top of the mat for final Savasana. The arms will come out to the sides. And again, we'll work on keeping our eyes closed. Overcoming any obstacles we may experience with keeping our eyes closed. We'll begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes. Place the left foot on the floor. And the right foot on the floor. Roll to the right side. Coming up into a comfortable seat. Eyes lower, eyes closed. The hands come to prayer at the center of the chest. Grateful for this new day, its beauty and its light, and a chance to begin again. May we all be freed from yesterday's limitations, and today may we be rebirth. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. From my heart to yours, namaste. Have a great day, peeps. Henry. Was it? He is such a